everyone, welcome to this Pilates practice. My name's Debbie and I'm going to be taking you through this practice today. Now the practice that I'm going to do today is going to be a very beginner's practice, so right from the start for people that have not done Pilates before and actually want to just start to get into it and start to feel the benefits from Pilates. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. For anybody that's done a practice of mine before and actually wants to move ahead, then do so, but you'll probably find if you have been doing my practices, this one may be a little bit slow for you, but you could still benefit from it. So move on if you wish to. We're not going to be using any props whatsoever today. It's, as I said, it's very basic, it's very beginner's Pilates. So for me, my name's Debbie, as I said. I've been doing Pilates now for approximately 18 years, maybe a little bit more. It started after I had a premature menopause at the age of 29. I got osteopenia, it went into full-blown osteoporosis, and I prolapsed a disc. The prolapse of disc was no fun, endless medications, I was going to physiotherapy, and it was just driving me like a little bit crazy. So decided to look around for alternatives. I found Pilates and I haven't looked back. So I do hope if you're a beginner, you've got ailments like me, you will benefit from this class, from these practices. So we're going to start by laying down, okay? A lot of the time I will go from a seated position, but as I said, this is a very beginner's practice. So if you bring yourself down from your side, if you have low blood pressure, it's advisable to come down from your left. So you just bring yourself down onto your side and allow yourself to roll down and come on to your back. Now we're going to do a little full body stretch. If you have lower spine issues, take your feet mat width apart and lock your knees in. You can still stretch from here, so you breathe in. Pilates works around core control. We breathe in through our nose, we breathe out through our mouth. Every breath in, we pull our core. Every breath out, we hold the core more. So the whole time is concentrating about keeping that core tight. So from here, if you have your feet here, you breathe in, you pull in your core, and as you breathe out, you pull the core tighter and you gently push your spine into the mat beneath. You squeeze your legs together, you squeeze your glutes, and you squeeze tight, and then you push your arms gently away, feeling the benefit of the stretch there. If you're a little bit more confident, a little bit more happier, you can take your legs long. Again, we do the same thing. Our legs are slightly wider than hip width. We breathe in, we pull in our core. As we breathe out, we pull the core tighter, the back gently goes down into the mat beneath us. We squeeze our legs, we push away with our toes, and then we stretch away with our arms, pointing our fingers, feeling the full body stretch there. And then you release down. Trying to keep the core tight, don't let it go if you can. Let's do it again wherever you are. Let's do that full body stretch. Breath in, pulling in the core tighter. Breathing out, hold the core tight, push the back gently into the mat. Stretch away with the arms, stretch away with the legs. If you have your feet on the mat, squeeze the legs together. Push and release. Okay, now with all of my practices, I start with a little check-in of our bodies. So I always lay still, we close our eyes down, and we do a little scan of our body to see how we're feeling today. You might notice areas that are a little bit tense, a little bit painful, not in its happiest place. Then you concentrate on those areas throughout the practice and you make sure you're mindful of those. So we're just going to lay still now, and you're going to close your eyes down if you can, or have them downcast. Because having the eyes down, you don't focus then on what's around you in the room. You look internally at what's going on and you're not distracted. And you take your arms away from the body, you take your arms, palms facing upwards, bringing in some little energy. Get yourself comfortable, how you feel, and start to let the body just rest down. Don't hold the core, let everything just sort of start to rest down. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Slowing the body down through a relaxation. And as the body is starting to become heavy, we're going to start to scan it. So we look at our toes and our feet. Look around the ankles, your knees and your thighs. Both legs, how are they feeling? Got any ailments there? Remember to focus on them throughout the practice. Checking in your hip area, your glutes and your core, the lower core, your lower spine. We hold tension around those areas, so let them go, let them relax down. And then your mid-spine and your tummy, your upper spine and your chest. So now the whole torso is starting to relax down. Breathe into any areas that feel tight, that are not actually resting or relaxing. Breathe into them. Ask them to soften down. Your legs and your torso soft. We'll start to look at our hands and our wrists, below our arms, the elbows and your upper arms. Both arms, let them rest down, be heavy. And then look at our shoulders. Let the shoulders go down. Let them go. Any tension, breathe into those tensions. We hold a lot of tension and stress around our shoulders. Let's release it, let it go. And then your neck, and finally your head. So your whole body now is laying heavy and still. Making sure you're releasing all your facial muscles. So your mouth, your cheekbones, your eyes, your forehead, let it all rest, let it relax down. And then in your own time, you scan your body from the tips of your toes, across the legs, the torso, over your arms, your chest, your neck and your head. You scan it yourself and you pay attention to areas that are not feeling its best today, and you're going to focus on them throughout this beginner's practice. Start that scan yourselves now. Resting down, resting heavy, everything soft, everything completely soft. Hopefully you've paid attention and you notice those areas today that you need to be mindful of. Breathing gently, breathing into our bellies. Our bellies is our relaxation, our soft breath. So you allow the belly to rise and fall with your natural breath. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. We're going to start to bring some movement to our bodies. So wherever you are, start to sort of wriggle your fingers, wriggle your toes, moving your feet. Maybe just lifting the shoulders up and down just gently. And moving your head from side to side to release out your neck. All the time breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, not holding any tension, just letting things relax as they move gently. And then everybody bringing their feet up, mat width apart, locking the knees in together. And taking your arms out into a T shape. And again, continue to release the neck, back and forwards with the head or side to side. Releasing that neck. It holds so much tension around our neck area and our shoulders. Let's release it, let it be soft. Coming to centre. Gently parting your knees, taking in breath, pulling in that core, and as you breathe out, hold the core tight and allow your legs to drop over to the left hand side, exactly where the feet are. You don't move them, you just drop the knees down wherever you are. If that means your legs are slightly up, that's absolutely fine. Go to your point of comfort and then relax there. Again, breathing into any areas of tension, any areas that are not at their happiest today. Breathe into them, ask them to be soft. Let the core go, let everything go. Don't hold your shoulders, don't tense the mouth, don't tense your face. relax. This here is a gentle spinal twist. It's a little opening on the hips as well. And breathing in, pulling that core again. And at the same time you bring your legs to centre. Don't let the core go when you get up here. Hold that core. Breathing out, but the core's still held tight. You breathe in, you pull the core tighter. And as you breathe out, hold the core, dropping the legs over to the left-hand side, to your point of comfort, and then let them go. Relax, fall into this pose. Gentle spinal twist, a gentle hip opening. Shoulders remaining on the mat if you can. Best not to sort of lift them up. We want to keep them nice, firm down. If that means that you've got to bring your legs higher up, then do so. Don't compromise your spine. Everything's relaxed. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. On your next breath in, you pull in that core, and at the same time you bring your legs to centre. You reach centre, you hold the core tight. Now if you need to push your feet into the mat, centre your spine, then do so. And be comfortable. Okay, taking our feet now, so that they are hip width apart. We're going to get what is known as neutral spine, okay? So taking your hands into a triangular shape, take them over the top of your pelvis in that triangular shape. So you breathe in, you pull in the core, you will feel the hands go down. As you breathe out, you pull the core tighter and slightly tilt your pelvis upwards. That's just lifting this part, just gently tilting it upwards and then downwards. So it's literally a gentle movement like that of the hips coming up. Okay, the pelvis moving up and down, nothing drastic. Taking the hands, as I said, into the shape. Breathing in, pulling in the core. Breathing out, tilt the pelvis. Now as you release back down, hold the core. Breathe in again, and as you breathe out, tilt the pelvis up. As you're breathing in and releasing down, keep the core tight. Don't let that core go. Breathing out, you lift upwards. Breathing in through the nose as you release down, keeping the core tight. Breathing out through the mouth as you lift up, the core still tighter. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in through the nose, keep the core tight. Breathing out through the mouth, core still tight. Do that a couple more times, tilting and holding that core as tight as you can. You'll start to find that the lower muscles of the core will start to feel tight. That's what we're aiming for. We're working the muscles. We're keeping everything tight. And then release down. Don't let the core go. Hold it there, and you should feel a nice tension, a nice tightness around that whole core area, the lower, the mid core area, nice and tight. Okay, that's what we call our neutral spine. Okay, the back should be fairly flat against the floor. You may have a little archway. Some people have a natural curve to their spine, so don't worry if you have, but it is nice to have it nice and flat on the floor. From here, we're going to keep that core tight, as I said, and we're going to start to do some little gentle leg slides. So breathing in, pulling in the core, and as you breathe out, hold the core tight and push the right leg gently away, just pushing it away, sliding it along the floor. Breathing in, you bring it back. Breathing in, pulling in the core. Breathing out as you slide the leg away. Breathing in through the nose, bringing it back in. Breathing out as you push the right leg away. Breathing in, you pull the right leg in. And as you breathe out, you push the left leg away. All the time we're keeping the core tight. We're breathing in through our nose and we're breathing out through our mouth as we push away. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth as we push away. Breathing in as we bring the leg towards us. Breathing out as we push the leg away. All the time we're holding our core tight, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth as we push the leg away, breathing in through the nose as we pull the leg back, breathing out through the mouth as we push the leg away. Gentle leg slides. Oh, this is all with our core held tight. Keep going, guys, you're doing amazing. I'm going to do one more on each side, so one more on the right and one more on the left. Bringing the feet back, keeping the core tight, don't let the core go. Breathing in, pulling in the core, and as we breathe out, bring our right leg towards us, just gently, holding the core, release the leg back down. Breathing in, pulling in the core, breathing out, we bring the left leg in and we hold the left, we squeeze it in, holding the core. Breathing out, we drop the leg back down. Breathing in, pulling in the core. Breathing out, we squeeze our right leg in. Breathing in, pulling in the core. And as we breathe out, we allow the right leg to just drop back down. Breathing in, pulling in the core. Breathing out, we bring our left leg in. Hold the core tight. Breathing in, pulling in the core. Breathing out as we drop the left leg back down. Breathing in through the nose as we bring our right leg up. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth as we allow the right leg to drop back down. Okay, one more time on the left hand side. Breathing in, pulling in the core. Breathing out, we bring the left leg in. Hold that core tight. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth as we allow the right leg to go back down. Amazing, guys. Right, hold that core tight. So we're going to push into our feet, and we're going to shift our hips over to the right hand side. We're going to drop our knees over to the left, and we're going to come round and we're going to push ourselves up all the way round, coming round onto our knees, curling our toes under. We're going to walk our fingertips back to our knees. We're going to push our knees off of the floor, walking our fingertips back closer, and we're going to push into those fingertips as we push up until our feet are flat on the floor. Don't worry if you've got bent knees, that's good. Bringing down, we're trying to get our chest now towards our knees. So if you need to bend your knees really tight, really down, then bend them, because we want our chest on our knees. We want the support there. We're supporting our spine as it's coming down. Taking our hands to the floor. If you need to be on your fingertips, that's okay. Just come down and allow the spine to round over your knees. Just gently. You might want to take a gentle rock. Just very gently, very slowly, rocking backwards and forwards. Keeping the feet firmly on the mat. And then you're going to start to lift yourself up. Now we're going to do this very slowly. So just push yourself up until your legs are straight. Taking your fingertips wherever, that's up here, that's fine. Then take it to the front of your legs. You're going to breathe in, pull in that core nice and tight. And as you breathe out, you're going to start to rise very slowly. If you've still got bent knees, that's absolutely fine. Bring your hands up over your legs, keeping the core tight. If you need to breathe in or breathe out, that's fine, but make sure you keep the core tight. We come up one vertebrae, so the lower, the mid and the upper back come up. You'll get to the shoulders, they'll go back and down, then your head, neck lifts, and then finally your head. So we're doing it as slow as we can. This is the classic Pilates roll up, roll down. Okay, this is a Joseph Pilates classic move. I'm just looking around to see if I've got a hair elastic somewhere. Excuse me, guys. Oh, here, I found one. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so bringing ourselves, so we're at the top of our mats, and we're standing nice and tall. We've got our feet firmly on the mat. We have our feet mat width apart. Okay, and we're going to start with our classic move. Shoulders back and down, standing nice and tall. That core is pulled in. Okay, breathing in through the nose. As you breathe out, you hold the core tight and you allow your chin to drop to your chest. You keep coming down a little bit more. Coming down, the core is tight. When the upper back is down, the shoulders will come forward and your hands will start to roll down the front of the legs. Your mid-spine will start to roll and your lower spine. Now if it means you're going to come just to here, that's absolutely fine. If you want to come down more but you can't keep straight legs, bend your knees. It's absolutely fine. Coming down to wherever's good for you. If that means you're going to stay here, stay there. And then you come down to what's good for you and when you hang. Just allow yourself to hang. Try and keep the core squeezed tight. Obviously when you're sort of in this position, it's a little more difficult. But yeah, do still think about squeezing it and squeezing the glutes. And then you breathe in, you pull in your core. And as you breathe out, holding the core tighter, you take the hands to the front of your legs. Again, you start to roll up. The slower you go, the better it is, because we want to do one vertebrae at a time. So it's the lower spine that's lifting. Your mid-spine will start to lift. Core still tight, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. The upper spine is lifting. The shoulders go back and down. Your neck comes up, and finally your head. Shoulders back and down, standing tall, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth as your chin goes to your chest. You keep rolling down. The shoulders come forward. The hands go to the front of the legs, you're squeezing your core, you're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Your upper back is coming down. Your mid-back is coming down, and the lower back. Again, don't forget, if you need to bend your knees, you do so. You get to your point of comfort, wherever that might be, you hang. You try and keep the core pulled in as you're hanging and your glutes squeezed. Squeezing where you can, holding it tight. Breathing in through the nose, and as you breathe out through the mouth, your hands come to the front of your legs, and you start to rise yourself. As you're coming up past the knees, your lower spine starts to lift. You come into the thighs and your mid-spine starts to lift. As you start to sand and the upper spine lifts, your shoulders then go back and down, your neck comes up, and finally your head. I'm going to do another one of those. These are really good for you. These are very classic first beginner's move, best moves that you've got. Shoulders back and down, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth, chin goes to chest. Core is tight. Hands to the front of the legs as the shoulders come forward. The upper spine comes down. The mid-spine comes down. Every breath you're pulling in that core. And you roll down to your point of comfort and allow yourself to hang wherever you are, squeezing everything, squeezing the glutes, squeezing the core, hanging there. Breathing in through the nose, and as you breathe out through the mouth, your hands come to the front of your legs and you start to roll yourself up. The thighs is your lower spine. Over the knees. Upper spine's coming up, shoulders go back and down, your head, and then your neck. We're going to go down one more time and then we're coming down onto all fours. So shoulders back and down, standing tall, breathing in through your nose. And as you breathe out through the mouth, your chin goes to chest. Your shoulders come forward, your hands are on your thighs as the upper spine comes down. As you go over your knees, your mid-spine starts to roll. And then over your calves, your lower spine. All the time you're squeezing your glutes, you're pulling the core in. You're breathing in through your nose and you're breathing out through your mouth. You come all the way down now. So this time, if you do need to bend your knees to get your hands to the floor, do that. And then you're going to walk yourself forward. You're going to come down onto all fours. You're going to take your knees mat width apart, your big toes locked in together, and you're going to sit onto your heels. Now, if that's too much for you, you can do it with your legs together. Okay, we're going to come into a child's pose. Child's pose is the pose that you go into at any point throughout any practice that you're doing, whether that be any type of class and you need to rest, you can do this child's pose. So you take your shoulders back and down, you hold your core tight and you bring yourself forward over your legs. You might be here and just want to rest there. If you can take the hands forward and rest your forehead, then that's fabulous. Resting down, and before you actually just really rest, try and squeeze the fingertips away and pull away with your arms. You get a nice opening around your shoulders and your upper back, your upper spine, and then release down. So you can have your hands to the side of your head. Some people like their hands down by the sides. And a classic that I like is my hands on my lower back. It's just the weight of my arms. I'm not pushing down, I'm just letting the natural weight of my arms push down onto my spine, which opens my hips a little more. But again, beginners, maybe here, you take wherever you need to be to rest down in this child's pose. You can let everything go, you don't have to hold the core here, but you're still breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your mouth. Try and make that breath into the stomach as well, rather than the chest. A couple more breaths here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose and the stomach pushes outwards. Breathing out through the mouth and the stomach will close. Then taking your hands round, gently push into your palms to lift your head. Bring your knees together if they're not already. And then come up and bring yourself onto all fours. All fours here, we have our wrist under our shoulders. We have our knees under our hips. This is an all four position. We've got a nice flat back. Okay, we don't want arches, we don't want dropping down. We want a nice firm flat back and our core is pulled tight. Okay, from here we're going to do what is known as Superman. So we're breathing in, pulling in our core. And as we breathe out, we slide our right arm and we push it away. Holding the core tight, breathing in, pull the core tighter. And as you breathe out, bring the right hand back down. Breathing in, pulling in the core. And as you breathe out, you shine your left hand. Slide it away, pushing away with that left arm, keeping that core tight. Breathing in through the nose. And as you breathe out through the mouth, you bring that hand back down, holding the core tight. Breathe in, pulling in the core. Breathing out, push the right arm away. Holding the core tight. Breathing in through the nose. Pulling in that core, breathing out as you bring the right hand back down. Breathing in, pulling in the core. Breathing out, pushing the left arm away. Holding it there. Breathing in, pulling in the core. And as you breathe out, you hold that core tight and you bring the left arm back down. So you should be feeling that squeeze again all around the core holding tight. Okay, now this time, if you're feeling very confident and you're happy with this move, as you're breathing in, pulling in the core, you breathe out, you push the right arm away. If you wish, you can push the left leg away. So we've got full Superman here, holding that core tight, holding yourself. If you're shaking or moving around, take the leg back down. You're just going to hold it there, keep the core tight, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose, that core tight. And as you breathe out through the mouth, you bring the left leg down and the right hand and stable yourself. But keep the core tight, don't let it go. Breathing in through the nose, pulling in the core. Breathing out, push the left arm away. Core tight. And if you wish now, with the core held, you can take the right leg out. Each breath in, you're pulling in the core. Each breath out, you're pulling in the core. Don't hold your breath, breathe. If you're not being able to stay here, take the right leg back down, holding it there. Keep the core tight, don't let it go. Big breath in, pulling that core tighter. And as you breathe out, holding that core, you bring your right leg down and your left hand back to the floor. Taking your legs wide, toes pushed in together or legs together, and bring yourself back down for your child's pose. Before you relax into it, pull away with your fingertips and allow the shoulders to open, the back to open, and then release wherever you wish to be for your relaxing child's pose. Let's do a few breaths here. Breathing in through the nose, tummy is rising, breathing out through the mouth, the tummy is closing in. Breathing in through the nose, your tummy rises, breathing out through the mouth, the tummy closes. Keep that breath going. Then bringing your hands back round, pushing yourself up, coming back round now. We're going to come round onto our side. We're going to do some little gentle side leg lifts, goodness me. So we come across now, we have our shoulder and our elbow in alignment. So we've got a nice hand down there. We take our lower leg and we bend it. So we've got support of the lower leg and you're comfortable on your hip as you're there, okay? You can take your hand onto the top hip. You can take your hand out in front for support, whatever's good for you. We're going to flex our foot. So of the right leg, we've got our right leg flexed, our left leg's bent under, and we're going to start to do a few lifts here. Just a few, we're just going for 8. Just gentle, 7, 6. Don't forget to keep that core tight, don't hold your breath. 7, 8, 9. Oh dear, I don't know what I did there. I think I counted backwards and forwards. Golly gosh, we must have done 8. Okay, don't forget, breathing in, pulling in that core. And as you breathe out, let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And rest down there. How's that feeling? You've got that core still tight. Don't hold your breath at any point. A lot of people tend to hold their breath. If you feel uncomfortable or you need to adjust yourself, then do so. You do what's good for you, what's working for your body. Okay, breathing in, pulling in the core tight. Point our toes this time now on our right leg, and we're going to do some lifts here with the pointed toes. So we're going to do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, all the time our core is tight, 2, and 1. And rest down, keep the core tight, don't let it go. We're going to do just 8 more here. Breathing in, keep the core tight. Breathing out, we start to lift. 8, 7, keeping your control of your breath. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing the leg down, bringing the right leg on top to meet the left leg, and we're going to do some clam openings, which are nice little hip workers, and they work the inside of the hip, they work the outside of the hip. So we're just going to do 8 lifts here. So you have your heels together and your knees are together, and we do 8 lifts, just opening. 8, 7, 6, 5, don't forget your core tight. 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Okay, push yourself up, bring your legs out in front, just give your arms a little shake, take them across, give yourself a hug, and then taking your hands down, we're going to come round. So we've now got our right leg below, bending the right leg. We have our elbow underneath our shoulder, our hand nicely flat on the floor. Our left leg now is out with our foot flexed. Taking your hand to your hip or out front on the leg, whatever's good for you. We're going to do 8 lifts here. Got 8, keeping the core tight. 7, 6, don't hold your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And rest down there. Breathing in, core tight. Breathing out, we lift the leg, the core is still tight. 7, 6, foot flexed. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that foot down. Relax a little bit, but keep the core tight. Don't let the core go. Going to point the foot now, so pointing toes on our left foot. Breathing in, keep that core tight. Breathing out, we lift for 8, 7, keep breathing, keep pulling the core. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And rest down. Keep the core tight. We breathe in through the nose, we breathe out through the mouth. As we breathe out, we lift the leg. As we breathe in, we lower the leg down. So breathing in, pulling the core. Breathing out, we lift the leg. 8, 7, core tight. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release down. Amazing, guys, amazing. Okay, we're coming to the end of our beginner's practice. So we're going to take our last little climb, so our knees on top. So we're there in the line, our feet are together. And then we open and close for 8, 7, keeping the core tight, 6, don't let it go, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Your core still tight, I hope. Pushing yourselves round, bringing yourselves into a little seated position, and again, shake the arms, shake the legs, give your arms, give yourself a hug, keep the core tight, don't let the core go. And then I want you to bring yourself round. So we're onto our knees. We're going to sit onto our knees, and we're going to come down, we're going to fold our arms around, and we're going to, so we're sort of hugging our body, and we're coming down, and we're going to give ourselves a nice rounded hug, tucking in your head, and squeezing yourself, hugging yourself. Start to slow the breath now, you can release the core, start to slow the breath down. Then gently pushing yourself up, bringing yourself round, coming onto your left hand side, come down onto your left, slide your arm out and bring yourself round onto your back. Okay, we're going to do a couple of little stretches and then we're going to go into some relaxation. So we're going to stay here, we're going to bring our right leg towards us. This time we've got our core tight, we squeeze the right leg in and then we take the right leg up into the air. Don't worry if the knee's bent. And then you start to squeeze your leg just gently towards you. If that means you're just here, that's absolutely fine. Just bringing the leg towards you. We've got a little gentle opening, a little gentle stretch down the back of the leg. And then release that leg down, keeping the core tight. Breathing in, we keep the core tight. As we breathe out, we pull the left leg towards us. We squeeze it in, but the core's tight. Don't hold your breath. And then straighten out the left leg as much as you can and squeeze it towards you for an opening around your hip, the back of your leg. Still breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, keeping the core tight if you can. And then release the leg down. So we're going to take that little side stretch that we did earlier, a little spinal twist. So you can either do that again with your feet mat width, or you can take them, if you're feeling a little bit more warmed up and you'd rather do a little bit of a deeper stretch now, you can take them so they're hip width apart. So you've got your feet hip width, We take our arms out into a T shape. We breathe in through the nose and pull in that core. And as we breathe out through the mouth, we drop the legs over to the left-hand side. Allow them to drop over, keeping our shoulders on the mat. And if you're feeling really good, you can actually take your gaze over to the opposite arm. So I'm looking over at my right arm and my knees are to my left. Let everything go here, let the core go, relax into it. Don't hold any tension, release the shoulders down. Release the core. Slow your breath. And breathe in, pulling in that core. And at the same time, you bring your legs to centre. You breathe out, but you hold the core tight. Get yourself comfortable, get your neutral spine there so that it's nice and flat and you're happy with that. Breathing in, pull the core tighter. Breathing out, hold the core as you drop the legs now over to the right hand side. Get to your point of comfort and release. Let the stomach go. Start to rest down. Gentle breathing. And if you want to take your gaze over to the left hand, then do so. You can start to close the eyes down as well if you wish. Start to really soften and relax. Let the shoulders go. And then on your next in-breath, I want you to pull in your core. And at the same time, bringing your legs to centre. Centralising your spine so that you're comfortable holding the core tight still, breathing out. And then taking your legs long, or you can take them mat width apart with the knees locked in again. Whatever is best and comfortable and feels best for you, you let your body do. Feet, now legs are wider than your hip width. And they're dropping, the feet are dropping outwards. We're going to go into some relaxation. You've worked your body well, guys. Take the shoulders up and drop them back down behind your shoulders, behind your back, dropping them down. Allowing the hands to release. You might want to give the arms a little shake, your hands a little squeeze and release. Let them go. You might want to squeeze your toes tight and let them go. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to tense our whole body. So this is a really nice way to start your relaxation. So what you do is when I say now, you squeeze everything. So you start to squeeze your glutes, you tighten and squeeze the muscles in your legs. You squeeze everything really tight, you start to pull your core. You squeeze your stomach, you squeeze your shoulders, you clench your fists, and you start to squeeze your whole body, even your face. Screw the face up, no one can see you. Squeeze everything tight, and then when we let go. Okay, so we're going to do that together. Even if you've got your feet here, mat width apart with your knees locked in, you can still squeeze everything together. So let's take a big deep breath. And as we breathe out, we start to squeeze everything. Squeeze everything tight as you let it go. Squeeze. And then release down. Again, this time we're going to take it on an in-breath. So as you breathe in, you squeeze everything together this time. Squeeze it as you're breathing in, squeeze, and then release an out breath. Amazing, so we did the two different breaths there. And you start to relax down. So now if you can close your eyes down, this would be really nice because this is a lovely final relaxation to thank your body for the practice that it's just done. It's taking your feet, letting them drop outwards. Release your neck. So let's start to turn our head from side to side, releasing the neck. Stomach's relaxed now. The hands are relaxed, the legs are relaxed. It's just your head that's moving. The next time you come to the left, keep the head there just for a couple of moments. Your head rested to the left. And gently allow the head to roll upwards and over to the right, and hold it to the right for a few moments. Relax into that. And then bringing your head finally to centre. Bring your chin to chest, pull in your core as you do that. And then holding the core as you allow the head to release back down. Let the core go and start to rest down. Let everything soften. So all 10 toes are relaxed. The soles of your feet, the tops of your feet and your ankles, your calves and your shin bones, your knees and your thighs, your glutes, let them go, just rest them. Your pelvis, your lower core and your lower spine. Your mid-spine and your core, your tummy. Your upper spine and your chest. Your torso heavy and rested into the mat beneath you. All 10 fingers, the backs of your hands, the palms of your hands, your wrists, your lower arms, your elbows and your upper arms. Both arms rested, soft and heavy into the ground beneath. And your shoulders. Let the shoulders go, let the tension go, let everything be released there. And your neck. And finally, your head. Feel the heaviness and the weight of your head as it relaxes down and releases itself into the back beneath you. Let your facial muscles go. Relax your lips, maybe parting them. Let the tongue release from the roof of the mouth. Relax your cheekbones, your eyes, your eyelids, your eyebrows and your forehead. And finally, the top of your head. Your whole body still relaxed, thankful for the practice that it's just done. Just a gentle breath in your tummy, your natural breath as it rises and falls. Take your concentration to that breath. Laying still, very still. This is your time. Any thoughts that come into your head, just acknowledge them. Let them go. Take your concentration back to your breath. You're only here for a few moments. Enjoy. Okay, we're going to start to bring some movement back to our bodies, guys. Just gently moving your fingers and your toes. Taking a big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And when you're ready, everybody bringing their feet up so that they're mat width apart and our knees locked in together. Wiggling our wrists now, circling the wrists. one way and then the other. Dropping the arms down and moving your neck again from side to side. And then bringing our feet so that they hip width apart, pushing into the feet, lifting your hips and shifting them over to the right hand side. Drop your legs over to the left and roll yourself onto your side. And with your left arm you make a pillow and you rest your head. Our lungs are now open and free at the back of our bodies. So let's fill them with fresh air, breathing in through the nose as it filters the air as it comes in. We allow the lungs to open, and then we breathe out the stale air through our mouth. Do that again, big breath in through the nose. Fill the lungs, and breathing out through the mouth. Amazing. Keeping the eyes closed down if you can, pushing yourself up. Coming round onto all fours, looking down at the ground. With our head facing down and our eyes closed down, start to blink them open, looking downwards. And then we curl our toes under at the back. We walk our fingertips towards our knees and we push into our fingertips, lifting our knees up. We walk our fingertips closer. We push into our fingers and we come up so that our feet are flat on the floor. Big bend in the knees as you hang down. One last time, gently opening the spine. And then we're going to use our Pilates roll up again here. But this time we're going to do it with our hands on our hips and our knees bent. So our knees are bent. We're going to breathe in, pulling our core, and we're going to start to push ourselves up. Bent knees, very slowly. We don't want any head brushes because we've been relaxed on the floor now, so we must come up slow. Start to straighten your legs, keeping the core tight, squeeze the glutes. Standing yourself tall. The shoulders, let them go back and down. Let your neck lift, and then your head. Standing tall. Amazing, guys. You've done a fantastic practice. Shake your arms out. Give yourself a big breath in, and release it. One more time, big breath in. Take your palms together, bring your feet together, bring your palms down to your chest. Give yourself a bow and give yourself a clap. I really hope you enjoyed that, guys. Well done. Thank you for joining me.